Hey guys, welcome. Here we are, still 12.1, but we are on 12.1 part 2. In this section, we're going to explore more tangent lines and what we can do with them. First of all, going back to theorem 12 point or dash 1, said that if we have a line, if our line is tangent, we know that it's perpendicular. Oopsies, perpendicular to the radius, so woohoo, right? However, in this next one, it's just the opposite. If we know that we have a perpendicular, or if we know we have a right angle there, therefore we know that that line is perpendicular, therefore we know that that line is tangent. So, ooh, right? Pretty interesting stuff. But check it out. So here we go. We're going to use this in the problem. Knowing that this guy is a perpendicular line or a right angle, we know that this is our tangent. And so we're asked to find the value of x. So what does that look like? Pretty simple. Just make sure you use the Pythagorean theorem, right? Again, here is, that one is our right angle. So this, in essence, right here, that line is going to be our C, or our hypotenuse, and that line will be A, that line will be B, but take a look at our hypotenuse. What is hypotenuse? It's actually x plus 8. All right, so if we're going to put this all together, we have a squared plus b squared equals c squared. A is our x squared, and b is 12 squared, and c is x plus 8 squared. All right, so it might look a little tricky, but let's just kind of work it out here. We have x squared here, 444. If we FOIL this guy, right, I guess if I was going to do the work on the side, right, it looks like this, x plus 8 and x plus 8. And we FOIL those, first, outer, inner, last. So that's going to end up looking like this, x squared plus 16 and 64. You guys should see something right away. Should make you excited that these guys are going to cancel each other out. Just like that. And so now we just it's a matter of bringing things to one side and leaving x all by itself. So 16, that's 64. I'm going to subtract. I'm going to bring that over there. That becomes 80. Divide both sides by 16, and bam, x is equal to 5. So not so bad. The question is, what's the radius? And so there's our radius right there. That's equal to x. All right. Next problem, and that is, how do you know if something's tangent? So I'm just going to walk you through this question here. I'm not going to write it out here, but it says, how do you know if something is tangent? And you're given these problems. So you're probably already saying, well, duh, that's pretty easy. We're just going to do the Pythag again. And always just remember, if I'm going to zoom in just a little bit, that is your right angle. All right? So we're just going to go a squared, b squared equals c squared. And if I zoom out, you will actually see that that is done way over here. And if it works out that both of these are equal to each other, then we have a tangent line. All right, so kind of taking this guy and going way over here, notice that there is not actually a right angle sign. All right, lastly, let's take it one last thing here, and that is, if we're given a point and we are given a tangent line that connects that point way out here, and again way out here. So notice that that's going to be our point of tangency, or tangent point. These things are actually equal to each other. Which ones? Those ones right there. That one right there. All right, so that's just a property. It doesn't matter how you draw it. I can draw it any which way. So for example, if I change the color and I drew a dot right there, right? And I just drew it straight to this circle here. Again, so it's not going inside. Straight, not this way, but way out here, so it doesn't go inside. That point, that and that are equal to each other. All right. So just taking a look over here, you can see. Oh, sorry about that. You can see that I'll just kind of do these answers for you, and it's basically asking, can you figure out, the rest of these measurements? So, for example, we have A to D, and that's 10, right? Therefore, this is going to be 10 here. C to F, that point there, that's 8. Therefore, that's going to be 8. And here's another point, E to B. Again, and you hopefully can get it, that is 15. So the question was simply just what's the perimeter of that triangle, right? So here's my perimeter. And you're basically going to add up all these pieces, right? So if we take that side, that's 25. If you take that side, that's 18. If you take that side, that's 23. And you're just simply going to add all those guys up, which should come out to 66. All right, so yeah, play around with that. That's going to be a couple questions like that in the chapter, but if you take a look, we are all done with the lesson. All right, so time to move on. Great job, and I'll see you in lesson 2.